Yeah, I was telling people some stuff, right? So I'm sitting back. I went to Barnes and Noble today, the one out in Boardman, in my city, the one out in Boardman, Ohio, in the little Boardman Park Plaza. I sit back, I read some magazines, and I read magazines and shit, and shit. Like I said before, it's only a city of 50,000 people. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not surprised that a lot of people know my brother. You know what I'm saying? He sell dope to them and their friends and families and shit. And like I said again, before, a lot of people engage in perverse actions. So it's not surprising that they know him, because perverts generally, stick together, flock together, and communicate with each other. But one of the things was you know what I'm saying? Like I told my brother, so I holler at my brother and shit. So I read some shit in different magazines and shit and everything. Read some shit in different magazines and everything. So I look at him, I look at him. I looked at, I walked around Walmart and shit. I walked around Boardman and shit, right? So the amount of people who tried to get me to see things their way. And that's one thing that I said before. That's one of the things that was sad and disgusting and sick. The amount of people who tried to get me to see things their way. So, my brother told me, ABC, I ain't scared of nobody. I put in work. You know what I'm saying? He told me this shit. And then they had the whole city play along to attempt to get me to see things their way. And one of the things that they were trying to get me to see their way was they tried to paint a picture as if my brother shot a cop. I was telling a nigga, common sense tell me you never shot no motherfucking law enforcement in this city, because you can't be friends with the other law enforcement if you do this. Just common sense. But the amount of people that they try to have play along with it and get around to see it their way, like he actually shot a cop. And then they try to hype me up to argue and beef with police. I say, man, what the fuck do I look like? Like I gotta outdo him. So he got all these little he got like a lot of little stanky bitches that play with him and work with him. But I say, you can't do shit but get them to attack me in one manner or another. And they flock to him and they do it intentionally, like they ain't shit. I tell the bitches, like I tell a bitch in a second, you's a stanky hoe. Like ain't no hoe in this city fucking with Beyonce. I just keep it straight up. Ain't no hoe in the city got cake like Beyonce. Ain't no hoe in the city fucking with Beyonce. And Beyonce aside, ain't no hoe. Who else can I think of? You know what I'm saying? And I just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't even try to compete with that bitch. And ain't no whole nigga in this city. Any bitch in this city who got a nigga ain't fucking with Ronald. Your nigga ain't on Ronald's level. Just flat the fuck out. Your nigga don't stand for civil rights like I do. Your nigga don't put in work like I do. Your niggas ain't got the connections like I got. And I just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So your nigga, like I told nigga before, I say, what would I look like? But my whole point of, let me go back to my whole point of bringing that up, was they was trying to get me to see things their way. My whole point of bringing that up was they were trying to get me to see things their way as if my brother friend Eddie is not a snitch for the police. So they try to play with lookalikes like this ain't him. You tripping. You don't know. This ain't the same one. That is the same motherfucker from back in 03, 02. That's that bitch ass, snitch ass motherfucker that snitch and work with the police. But one thing that they try to do is use Ronald to bust niggas out of jail. Which I say, if you do what you do. But like I say, they all do the same shit over and over again. But they let Ruben sell dope, so Ruben cool with him. And Ruben tried to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? He sometimes think he more intelligent than he is. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what the fuck they be doing. So, I say what I say. But my whole point of... And then they tried to say Barack Obama was telling them to commit these acts against me. I say, how the fuck did that sound? I say, of course. But, he communicating on TV and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I say, no, Obama knows what's going on, but he's not telling you people to do the shit. He telling you, I know who the fuck playing. I know what the fuck going on, but I'm not the one telling them to do the shit. So that's what's going on. So when y'all dumbasses see Obama say something on TV and it's relevant to some shit that y'all did or plan on doing, he's telling you, I know what you people are doing, but I'm not telling you people to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So they just following bitch ass niggas and see. So back to what I was saying. You know, like, ain't no bitch nigga in this city fucking with Ronald. Like I said before, how can you fuck a nigga? How can you say that your nigga's a solid stand-up nigga and you fucking a nigga who can't even walk up in the FBI office and report a civil rights violation? Your nigga's a cur-ass nigga that's following the crowd that don't stand for shit. So that's one of the things that I was telling the nigga, like, so your nigga ain't shit. And I told the nigga before, in one of my other videos, how can I fuck a bitch and fuck with a bitch and get a bitch pregnant who can't walk up in the FBI office and report people who commit civil rights violations and other criminal acts? That means that woman go pass it down to my child and have my child fucked up to where, and go teach my child that it's okay to turn your head to these actions and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my that's one of my things that I was saying. You know what I'm saying? So they, like I say, like, these motherfuckers some jokes. You know what I'm saying? They some real live jokes. And they just some real live jokes. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of the things that I said. But like what you got them doing now is they stroke my brother Eagle. You know, they let him sell dope. Not, you know what I'm saying? One thing I said was, if they really like you, how the fuck is they attacking your brothers if they really like you? They don't like you. They want to use you and you know, whatever, here and there. You know, but one thing that I said to niggas is what I say to niggas. You know, but since he since he want to be that nigga, like I say, you could bring who can I think of? You could bring any celebrity, any famous person, let's say Madonna. You could bring Madonna to the city, to Youngstown, and just Madonna or Elton John or whoever fuck. Or Beyonce, anybody. And people would be so starstruck and so caught up that they want to talk to a fucking celebrity and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's similar to what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they just so caught up. And that's like what it is with my brother, you know, because he want to be recognized as something, you know, other than what he worked to be. You know, and I ain't knocking on nigga. I'm just saying, you know what I say. You know what I'm saying? Then they try to tell niggas this is Masonic actions, but you don't know because you're not that high up. I say, nigga, I'm like, it don't get no higher than me. I could tell you shit how you looking at yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like I was telling nigga, you know, niggas want to talk to celebrities, and some people think that that's a big treat in itself to just to speak to a celebrity. Like I say, Madonna, Beyonce, like any big prominent, Eminem, you know, any big prominent celebrity, niggas will sell their souls just to speak to these people. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, you know, these people is just the type of people that they is. And I don't really lose sleep at night, you know, because of who they are. You know what I'm saying? I do me. But when you got people, like, one of the things is, like, a lot of things I work for and a lot of things I've created and a lot of things I've done myself. And they try to, you know, rob me for my earnings. And I tell a nigga, like, so the one nigga said, well, let's say, Ronald, you got to cure the breast cancer and a lot of other diseases. Now we go take this from you for the greater good. I said, how the fuck did that sound? You go take my cures from me for the greater good, but you can't just walk up in the FBI office and report civil rights violations and report people who engage in criminal activity and commit civil rights violations for the greater good to help people out. But you would take my cures from me for the greater good. How did that sound? That sound like you a hating ass, lying ass, brainwashed bitch who trying to pull a fast one on me. Because if you really want to do something for the greater good, why can't you just simply walk up in the FBI office and report these criminal behaviors that's violating the masses' civil rights? And that'll help the greater good. Just something so simple, a 30-minute conversation with an FBI agent. And you give them direct evidence of all these people committing these acts. But no, you go attack Ronald. And on top of that, Ronald never said he wouldn't give up the cure. Ronald said he would give up the cures if you people recognize him as equal to him. He ain't asked somebody to kiss his ass or nothing. That just means y'all do funny shit. But what they doing now is they wanted to steal the cures, not to help the masses, but to help a select few as they've been doing. It's like, you let another nigga into the gang to help a select few. Not to help the masses, but to help a select few discreetly. Like you see it on TV a lot. Like 1 minute this nigga got AIDS or this nigga got cancer. Next minute he got some treatment and magically cured, no symptoms or nothing. And that's type of nigga that they is. You know what I'm saying? That's type of shit that they do. That's type of behaviors that they engage in. You know what I'm saying? So this is like some of the dumb stuff that goes on. But because niggas want to be viewed as like how can you be viewed as a prominent figure and you can't even walk up in the FBI office? You know what I'm saying? You can't even walk up in the FBI office. You know what I'm saying? I just say that. And like I tell niggas, like niggas say like, different shit here and there. But when I say like a bitch, I tell a bitch, your nigga ain't even on my level. Ain't no nigga who dick you ever put in your mouth on my level. Ain't no nigga who dick you ever smelt on my level. It's not to say to degrade the bitch. It's to tell the bitch every nigga you fucking with ain't shit. And the shit that I'm kicking is the realest shit out here. It's to enlighten the bitch. Not to degrade the bitch or try to put the bitch beneath the nigga. But it's to enlighten the bitch. And let the bitch know everything about her is wrong. Now, if you want to get with the real program, you get over this way, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell some of the silly hoes who talk shit and play with drug dealers and play with other people who commit acts against me. That's why I tell them some of this shit that I tell them from time to time. Because sometimes you got to snap that bitch back to reality. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to snap that little silly hoe back to reality. I tell a hoe, you ain't shit. So, and that's just what I do from time to time. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell niggas over and over and over and over and over again. Motherfucker. I do what I do. But I'm a motherfucking gangster. And don't forget it. And every time Ronald say he a gangster, somebody go try to test Ronald and say, Ronald, you a bitch. And I tell him, man, if I'm a bitch, I say, that's cool. That's cool. Now, why don't you go show that crooked ass cop that's committing these acts against civil rights violations against children, against people with mental disabilities, go show that cop he's a bitch. I'm doing that. He said, listen, man, y'all don't stand for standing up for what's right. Y'all stand for joining in with those who doing wrong. Motherfucker. That right there show you. Because then what they do is they commit the acts against somebody with a mental health disability. And they don't do shit to the ones that's committing acts against mental health. They join in. Y'all stand for joining in with the motherfuckers that do wrong. Motherfucker. All of them ain't shit. And they get mad at me because I kick it real like this. They want a nigga to be, Europeanized. Yeah, not me. No. Like I tell a bitch, you ain't never smelt a dick on a level like mine. Not because, I say I'm the shit, which I am. But because, listen to what I'm saying. And no nigga that you ever sucked, smelt, you ain't never even hugged a nigga who said some, if you look at all my videos, you never even hugged a nigga who say the gangster shit that I say. You know what I'm saying? They got these little bitches here and there playing with them here and there. And one thing I know for sure is, President Obama, ex-President Obama and Joe Biden would never side with me over people, would never side with me, will never side over me, you know, with people who they know, how the fuck you said, they'd never side against me with people that they know committed violent acts against America and aided people to commit violent acts against America and Americans on American soil and abroad. So for those of you who say we ain't good with Obama, we ain't good with Joe Biden, and y'all know who the fuck y'all is. Now we can sit back and play all day, you know, like a lot of shit. I really don't want to drag America into no more wars. But y'all know who the fuck y'all is. So if Obama and Joe Biden would side with Donald Trump too, well, some of the motherfuckers Donald Trump might do, but if Obama and Joe Biden would side with those, you know, type of people against me, over me, you know, then I go to the United Nations and I go to higher federal authority and I bring everything to the light and we do shit like that. But like I said before, I know they would never do it. But this is the type of shit that people be saying. Similar to when they saying Obama telling them to commit these acts against me. You know what I'm saying? This type of shit that they trying to implant fabrications, just dumb shit in my head. As if I'm just some, like I told you before, I used to cut on myself. I used to cut on myself. And they probably think like he just so fucking retarded. We could tell him anything, he'll believe it. And like I said before, you can even tell, like, I'm 31 years old, but you could see how people view people. Like, they probably don't talk to me like that now. Some of them do. They think, like, this nigga's just retarded as fuck. He cut on himself, you know, whatever. But a lot of times, you know, back, like, in 2010 and 2011 and shit, and 12, when they talk to me, they would talk to me. You know how they talk to people with a sing-song voice? You know how they talk to the child, like, hey, how are you doing? How they talk to them with that sing-song voice? And that's one thing I never do with people. I don't even do it to people who has Down syndrome. I never talk to them. You will see it on TV. They talk to people with Down syndrome and people with mental disabilities with that little sing-song tone of voice. I don't even do it with it because I recognize people as equal to me. So automatically, when a person talks to me with that voice, because they see me, I'm quiet, and he got cuts on his arm. So he's a cutter and he's quiet. So you automatically think he's retarded. Because he don't talk, he just stare at you, and I avoid eye contact. But I do it intentionally. When I speak to people, I avoid eye contact intentionally because I don't want to I do it intentionally. That's another story. But so you think this nigga retarded? Just automatically think so, like he's mentally off, and I may be a little bit, but not like to the extent that you people think it is. So they talk to people that sing song ass voice and shit. You see it. You look on TV. The news people do it when they go to their little events. Like they talk to children. That say you don't recognize that person as equal to you. You recognize him as mentally or somehow inferior to you. And that's one of the things that we need to erase from people. Like I tell people, I talk to George Bush a lot. And one thing, when I was younger and I was talking to George Bush, even when I was a fucking kid, when I was 5 years old, George Bush never talked to me the way that you people talk to 5 years old. He talked to me the way that you would talk to an adult motherfucker equal to you. With the same tone of voice that you would talk to an adult motherfucker equal to you. He never said, hey, how you doing, Ronald? Or, you know, that little sing-song tone of voice that they use. They use it with people with mental disabilities and shit. You'll see it on TV and everywhere. But George Bush never talked to me like that. He talked to me as a fucking equal. On the level. You know? But you people do silly shit. And y'all just silly as fuck. But that's all I wanted to say to you. I just wanted to drop this hit. That's all I wanted to say. Like, you know, that's all I wanted to say. I'm just like, sometimes I get tired of y'all playing and shit. So I just dropped this hit.